Hi, this is What You Waiting For. It's a woman's perspective on camping and survival, and today I wanted to do a demo and a product review on the Sparkie fire starter. And it's like the baby brother of the Strike Force that I did a product review on. And I still had the packaging for it, so I sort of dug for it and found it. And this is the Sparkies right here. And then this right here that comes with it is one of those wet fire tinders, and it's the real good ones that light even when it's wet, and it gets up to like 1300 degrees. So before I take it out of the box, I'll get to all the good stuff. When it's closed, it's only 2.3 inches, and it's only 0.8 ounces, so not even 1 ounce. So that is the main thing about the Sparkie, is it is so much smaller, and it weighs such a small amount compared to the Strike Force. Also, this is good for lighting the fires one-handed. And so let's take it out of the box and I'll show you about it. So this is, right here is the Sparkie. As you can see, it's the orange, which again I really like if you lose it in the middle of the night when you're trying to light a fire. It's easier to find. This one was a lot easier to find because this is smaller, but you can see the size. I'm going to go ahead and show you side by side. It's a big difference. And this one actually folds down, so in your pack that is less than half the size. It's about this, maybe a little bit less of the thickness, but the weight, it's a lot different. This weighs so much less. But anyway, it folds down. To get it open, you just push right here. Right here is your trigger, where your thumb is. And it just closes up. You push it to close. Again, it has a lanyard loop, which is great if you want to put it around your neck, or if you want to put a little lanyard and attach it to a carabiner on your pack. It's very light, very easy, and I was going to show you how you light. There's two different ways you can light it. I'm going to move the computer down so I don't burn up everything. I have it on a cookie sheet. The first, remember, this is the little trigger right here. That's where your thumb is. It says push. You put your thumb there, you just squeeze it, put it down onto your tinder. Oops. And there you go. So as you can see, it's lights very easy, and it's just a bunch of sparks, like a shower of sparks. The other way, and of course you can light it one-handed. That was the great thing about the Sparkie. You don't need two hands because you're not lighting it. You're pushing, and pushing in. And it's sort of similar to the blast match, as far as I know. I've never had a blast match, but it looks sort of similar to that. The other way you can do it, they tell you to hold it in your hand, push. Let me see if I can, there we go. Push on the thumb where it says push. You take your finger, put it on the top. There's nothing there. It's just a piece of metal. And real quickly, you light it. Now, this way, there's no guards here to protect you from slipping, and you have no control over the sparks. As you can see, I actually did this a minute ago, and I don't know if you can see, but I burnt myself right there. It's very hard to see, but I got burnt. So it's very, very hot. When they say a hot shower of sparks, they mean a hot shower of sparks. And it's not a controlled sparks. For some reason, I feel like I'm more controlled with this. If I strike it down, the sparks go down. This one, it seems like they just it's a shower. It just explodes. So some of the things I like about it, it is very, very compact. It weighs less than an ounce. If you're going to go hiking or weight is an issue, this is really great. Uh, the things I do not like a lot. First of all, if you're going to be using it, you can see where it was dry right here. It is starting to wear down. To wear it even, you have to actually manually turn the rod around. So you constantly need to be turning it to make it even, to make it evenly used. The other thing I didn't really like is, of course, there's no guards here. So I would not suggest having this anywhere near children because it is too easy to just slip off, for your hands to slip off. It needs to be an adult that uses this. And if you are going to be using, there we go, it with one hand, in your hand, I'd say be very careful because those sparks you can see how far my hand was down and it still, it lit my finger and it singed it and it hurt it. Also, another thing is this spring, I'm afraid over time it might break, and if this breaks, it will not work properly. Another thing is, it doesn't seem like when I push it in, sometimes I have to push it a few times for it to open, so I'm sort of worried about it wearing it down and breaking over time. Also in here, it feels like a little flimsy, like it might just break off. You know, everything was in one piece. You know, there's no working parts except you actually striking it. This one has working parts, and whenever you have working parts, there's more of a chance for it to break. Now, if it does break off, you could always use it, you know, the flint rod, with the back of your knife. So, I mean, you could always use it. But the thing is you're paying for this. I just suggest, my suggestions, if you're an adult and you're by yourself, or lightly use it in the back of your pack because weight's an issue, this is great. But I would not suggest having this around children. They might even consider, hey, this is cool, you know, look at this. If they push on this right here while they're pushing it in, sparks will fly. So around kids, especially with there not being any bars to like keep you from slipping off, and if you hold it, you can burn yourself, which I did. Around kids, I would say no. I don't even think I would trust my Boy Scout, my little son, that's a Boy Scout, to use it because it is, you know, not as safe. So if safety is not an issue, you know, you're an adult, you know what you're doing, you know, you're just using it to hike, lightly use it because you're not worried about, you know, lighting this thing every day, I'd say get the Sparkie. But if you can afford the weight, I say get the Strike Force. So there you go. That's my review on the little Sparkie. Again, that was by Survival Technology. No, it was Ultimate Survival Technologies. They're the same ones that made the Strike Force. And this one I paid about under $14 for it with tax and everything. So there you go. What you waiting for? Bye.